Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These five are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shattered. A to B.
Shattered Cast Uncut. Is that you? Shattered Cast Uncut.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered Cast Uncut.
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shattered Cast Uncut episode trente-deux. That is 332. Bet you didn't know I could speak French. Not only can I kiss in that way, but I can speak it. Merci. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and joining me tonight are two members of the Filthy Four. One of them, of course, he is everyone's favorite engineer, as well as pillow talk buddy, not to mention sexual champion of 2018. And, of course, he was known to once kill a bear using only the power of his look. That is, of course, Justin T2RX6.
What is going on? It's all true statements. Every
All
single
true.
one of them.
Don't Google it. It's true. Trust us. We you know us.
We don't lie.
Never. And, of course, coming up on the rear, he is everyone's favorite attorney. He's your friend and mine. And in some cases, in smaller Cuban man-boy circles, he's also a sugar daddy. He's the one, the only, Mr. Robert D.
Hello, everybody. Actually, I was considering it's a good business idea. Like, kill a bear, Cuban sandwiches. Like, you can serve Cuban sandwiches, and then for dessert, you get to kill a bear. But it's like it's not a real bear. It's a stuffed animal, but you hack it to death. And it's a piñata. It has candy in it, and that's your dessert. There you go.
Or it could be a bear piñata that you bust open and Cuban sandwiches fall out.
Or murder hornets, and you just don't know. So it's kill a bear, roulette.
They'll be chocolate-filled murder hornets.
Or real ones. You
What's
won't
the only
know
kind of murder hornet that matters?
until you bite one.
Until you bite one. Oh. So
I love murder. We have murder hornets in Brooklyn now. There's like 100,000 of them here.
In Brooklyn, really?
Yeah. No,
Jesus, dude. You never go to the post office. Good thing you're not selling anything.
Oh, man. I actually got into a little verbal argument with somebody on the street today. And it was actually kind of funny because my wife doesn't know, but I ordered I had to go to the office today and take care of some stuff. And I got ramen. It's the first time I ordered food in 3 months. It gets piping hot, though. And I made sure taking it out and getting it situated, there was no contamination possibility. But anyway, ramen, real Japanese ramen, is thick bone broth.
Mm-hmm.
I had got a kimchi ramen. It was spicy. There was lots of veggies in it. It makes you have to go to the bathroom really bad.
Yeah,
and riding my bike around, and I was done with my errands, and I was literally in a bike lane on 4th Avenue in Brooklyn, like Sunset Park, Prospect Heights, not Prospect, South Slope area, not Prospect Heights. And I was crop dusting severely. And this stuff makes you go, you can't even stop. You're just farting slowly, constantly. And I pulled up in front of the liquor store. So I'm like, she didn't know about the ramen. I got away with that. I'm going to get me some booze too. And I stop in the bike lane. And the way it is now, the way I have it's the bike lane abuts the curb, no pun intended. It abuts the curb. And then next to the bike lane, by the moving lane of traffic, is the parking lane in these avenues. And so apparently, as a guy in a car, he must have just stopped and parked and was crossing the bike lane to go to the sidewalk to go to a Western Union at the same moment that I hit the brakes while crop dusting. And it was so funny because he then walks right into the back of my bike. I have a baby chair on the back of the bike, and he walks right into it. He's like, "Whoa!" I'm like, now I've got headphones on, I've got a big fucking mask with big vents on it. It looks like I'm one of those goth ravers, I'm loaded up. and I can't hear shit. I just see his reactions. I'm like, oh God. So I stop. I take the headphones off. I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, oh man, you hit me with your bike. I'm like, oh, he doesn't know what I do for a living. Okay. But come here. Are you all right? He's like, you hit me with your bike. I'm like, okay, so I'm going this way, and you're walking towards my bike, and I'm stopped, and you walk into the back of my bike, the side of my stopped bike, and I hit you. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he's like, oh, it's okay. And he's like a dick. He's like this fucking dickhead. He's like in a big shiny car. He's like fucking super dickhead dude. And I was like, wait, hold on. Listen, man, you got to be careful. Like, keep an eye out. We all have to be careful. We don't want to get hit by non-moving objects, you know? And he's like, hey. I'm like, you got to be really. I'm really worried now. What if I get hit by something that's not moving? You know? And he's like, listen, man. I'm like, no, hey, go fuck yourself. And I just started cursing at him because like I had reeled him in. And I was just starting to laugh at him, and he just got trashed in the middle. Because I don't know if he thought he was gonna like, you know, people don't realize how big I am until they come up close, and then they're like, "Oh, bad idea." And that's exactly what he did. At the same time, he entered the zone of the crop dust. It was really a beautiful moment because you noticed in his eyes, he saw me, and I wasn't intimidated by him, and he smelled it. And it was so fucking funny. He like ran away into the Western Union. It was a really fun experience. I told my wife about it, and she was mad at me for causing shit. But I'm sorry. I hate assholes. I just hate assholes. That's why Matt's off the show, and Greg's not on again this week.
Jesus Christ.
And Bobby got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Who got fired?
Bobby.
Yeah, who exactly? Who?
And Lenny.
I don't know those people. I'm so much better than they are. Oh. As I vape on my jewel. So moving on to more important news. Our dear friend Matthew Deluxe Baldwin did beat COVID-19, but he did unfortunately contracted AIDS and had passed away. So rest in peace, Matt. We'll miss you, man.
You skipped the section.
Oh, because you like to take forever on that, so we're going back to that.
Okay.
So, anybody get anything, Justin?
I did. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure last week, sometime in the show, I interrupted. But just in case I didn't, I'll just say once again that I got 4 more pieces of the Build the Ecto one. So that's fun. And I got the Fans Toys Sheridan, Iceman, and some legs for my New Age Megatron. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's a good week.
Review going
Fans
up.
Toys Hall. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good stuff. That's good. Fuck. That's it. Nothing else?
That is it.
We should have milked it a little. That was all.
You know what? You know what though? I did get something else. I haven't gotten it yet, but I got a great hookup on a future what I got this week. So I'm gonna brag about that. It's a great price.
There you go. Do it. Do it.
But
now.
I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm just gonna say I got it for a goddamn good price. So
golden dildo.
Yeah.
Do it anyway, and then talk about it when you get it. So say it now.
No.
Oh, come on.
Don't tell me what to do. That's what
You're
I do.
entitled to have more than 2 minutes to discuss what you got this week. I mean, you kind of fucking earned it.
It's okay.
You're like one of those guys that takes your shirt off and there's pasties. And I'm like, let me see your nipples. And you take your pasties off and there's more pasties.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's about right.
I mean, he does have bare arms, remember.
Why'd you take your shirt off?
Do what I want to.
And you dropped what you got like a pile of loot.
Mm-hmm.
It was like all in one sentence. You didn't
That's
milk
all
it.
I have. I have 3 things. So.
When's the review going up of the Iceman?
No clue. I gotta open it. I just opened Sheridan first.
I'm sorry. What was that like? Was that? I mean, you don't experience disappointment often, so what was that like?
I did. I liked it. I thought it was awesome. I thought transformation was good. The only thing I don't like is his right knee likes to undo the screw when you try to move the knee joint. Like there's this like fine point between being too tight and then like anything less, and it starts unscrewing itself when you try to manipulate the knee.
You should put in for the replacement screw. That's the one apparently that some people it's too short. They're not all too short, but that's the one that's too short.
Interesting. Yeah, that might be the case in this case.
Assembly line is fucked up on the parts.
Yeah. So where are people putting that in? With the retailer, or are they contacting Fans Toys?
I wish I knew. I would assume contact the retailer and ask them that question. Either they'll hook you up.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm waiting for a replacement arm for my Blur that I messed up. And they keep telling me that they can't send it because they can't get it out of China right now. I'm like, that's bullshit because I've got things from China. So what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, so we'll see.
We smash all our Blur with hammer.
Yeah.
No more Blur.
Yeah. Like, we can't ship anything airmail. Like, then put it on a goddamn boat and it'll get here when it gets here. At least just tell me it's on its way. You know?
I mean, do you see what I mean about the aesthetic of it though? Like, it's not dumpy enough. It's
no,
too
I'm
heroic.
fine with it. I think it's just fine. So if I want dumpy, I'll just keep my whatever it is. What the hell's the name of that company? Bag Cube.
That's not dumpy. That guy's loaded up. That's like Arnold Schwarzenegger at his peak, and this guy is like Jet Li.
I think he looks just like Warpath tended to look in the show. So.
Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong.
I mean, Warpath's not a very like bulky looking robot. He's very lean. So I think it worked just fine.
You're wrong.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
I really want to see your Iceman review because we need to know if he has a waist swivel. Because Bobby's review, oh man, like he hammers through the transformation, and you're just like, I can't use this.
I'll see what I can do. So I gotta open it up.
There's no way. Apparently, like you have to getting the backpack all connected is not. It's just not quick.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look difficult. It's just not quick. And there is a waist swivel, but at least the way I saw it, Bobby's transformation, when you have the backpack connected, you have no waist swivel.
Right.
And to disconnect it for the waist swivel is it just too much. It's not just move this one thing out of the way.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll take a look.
I'm interested.
So
take a look.
Yeah. I'll open them soon. So and then we'll see when we can get that review out.
Open them now.
Yeah.
Review them now.
Reviewing them live on the show.
We're live on the show. Turn on your video feed. Let's go to town. Let's go to town. Everyone's gonna like it. Robert, what'd you get this week?
Do audio only reviews. That should be your new shtick.
And you just move this part right here.
And you're going to spin it, and then you put the leg up. Oops, almost did that wrong, and I hope you're paying attention. Put the arm out, and we're good.
Wait, but think about it, though. If you took away the video aspect and you just explained how to transform something with audio, could that do a better job than video?
No.
It could. I have faith in your ability to communicate.
So you're going to want to look at this back piece. Which back piece? I don't know. The one that's sticking out.
Look, turn him around, and you see on his back, you see like a T. Look at the left. Okay, that's where there's a tab hidden. Now just jimmy that little piece out. Get your spudger. You notice it popped out? Good.
Yeah.
See?
I will say that the one thing that Blair has taught me is to never not have a spudger nearby for transforming things, because you think like, it's not so bad. I'll just get it. I'll just get that with my hand, and then you're like, oh, I decimated this thing because that was way more force than it should have ended up getting on it. So
yeah, that sucks when that happens. I did that with a Red Bull. It sucks when that happens. It's so frustrating. It's like the one thing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I do. Like now, every piece kind of gets like, unless it's like clearly obvious that it absolutely doesn't need it. It's like, okay, if that's a panel, it's getting taken apart with the spudger. So
yeah.
You just got to do it. It's too expensive to just risk breaking it. So
exactly, unless it's like ball joints, then fuck it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I don't think I necessarily need it for Legends, except I probably need it for Legends because I just can't get my hands in there. But that's a different story. So yeah,
that sounded dirty.
Yeah, it is.
Justin's fisting Legends.
You know it.
She good.
Better not be the ones you're supposed to send me, because that's going to be so hot. I'm just going to sniff them all.
This Legends asshole's blown the fuck out.
All right, well, Robert, did you get anything this week?
Well, one thing I got was a loss. You know, now that I did you just Matthew?
What do you mean?
Did you just blow one out your chair?
No, the chair just moved.
Yeah, Justin. They always start with that.
I know. Yeah, that was Matt's clap. Now it's just a chair.
He's like, "Oh, some bubble wrap onto me." Oh man, some bubble wrap. If you hear this from Oscar, you know he farted. You hear. So, you know, now that I have the office more cleared out and I haven't had any more time in here, like I've been getting the whole, you don't want to spend time with me. Oh, let's do something together. I'm like, fucking, we've been quarantined together for 3 months. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, but I've been getting a lot of that. So I haven't been in here as much as I was clearing stuff out and wrapping stuff. But to the extent that I did, Scarlett's in here really enjoying doing her remote learning in my office. You know, Lisa's been in here with her. And Lisa would be like, oh, it's really fun in here. I'm like, no shit, you're surrounded by toys. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they've been putting fucking cups of tea on my movie shelf with my G1 movie shelf. I'm like, get the tea off my shelf. She's right on the other side of the door. So she's in here and I'm in here, and then she like turns around and she knocks my Magic Square Red Alert off my fucking shelf. And I'm like, no. And this thing shelf dives. I've had so many toys shelf dive with no issue. The only issue is a little piece flies away and I know it's somewhere and I'll find it eventually. But the fucking leg snapped off.
Of a legend?
Oh. Yeah. The leg
crazy.
Snapped off.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, because it's not ball joints. You see? That's the downside of not using ball joints.
I guess that's true, yeah. I could see that.
It was a ball joint. I doubt it would have snapped. It would have popped off. This thing snapped. I'm like, oh, my God. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no. This is serious. This was a $25 toy. It's now a $50 toy. If I'm not going to get fucking conned paying $50 from whoever has it in China, and I end up getting nothing. I'm like, this is a big fucking deal. And she's like, well, it's just a little toy. I'm like, you don't say that to me. Oh, come on. You got the G1 cast and no red alert. Am I really going to pay on eBay $50 for the guy in fucking China who's probably never going to send anything? You know? So that's what I got. You know, Scarlett is studying positive and negative numbers, you know? So I got a negative. I lost my red alert. And it's sheared off perfectly at the pelvis, like in the crotch. Like you can't, like, do anything about it. You can glue that leg in straight and just keep him standing straight up or just throw him in the trash. It's just fucked. Other than that, I got nothing. Nothing. I pulled a Justin. Hey, Oscar.
Well, here's what I got.
I didn't ask you yet.
Well, it's my turn, so shut up.
Let me ask you first. What did you get this week, Oscar?
Well, the first thing I got this week was the ability to comment on a friend's post about, you know, how everyone on Facebook's a medical professional, so we shouldn't have to wear masks when we go anywhere. So, and his family is from Minnesota, so some of his Minnesota friends chimed in about their lives being, you know, their rights being impeached. So I decided to comment, look, people, here's the deal. I have zero medical background, zero, but I watched a few YouTube videos about this pandemic, so I am now able to see through the media and its lies. I refuse to allow some stupid manager at a store to tell me what to do. I'm American. I also read a bunch of wiki articles about viruses, so now I know more than some mouth-breathing incel hack that went to medical school. Yeah. I showed them.
Incels.
But incels. Fucking incels, you got a lot.
Fucking libtards.
Libtards and Republic turds.
Fucking Karen.
Fucking demofags.
Hey, nothing will trigger a like far right person more than just slap a Karen wig on their profile pic. It's the best.
I just like to leave comments with Vol dudes with their shirts off. That tends to shut them up very quick.
No, like Chuck C. I love Chuck C. I do. Like I hug him when I see this guy. He doesn't understand why I'm so I'm like, I love you, man. he doesn't get it because like he thinks I'm like far left or whatever. And to me, it doesn't matter what you are, what I am. You know, I'm like I told him at TFCon, I appreciate your point of view. I need people like you in my life because he's a good guy. He just has like far right views. I'm like, I appreciate that. I want diversity, and I don't want to live in an echo chamber. Let's bounce ideas and thoughts. Let's do it. That's the whole point of being American, you know? But, oh, my God, I slapped a Karen wig on him. He got so upset. Like, he threatened to hit me. Chuck C threatened to hit me.
How's he going to do that?
I don't know. You know, keyboard-wise. A little keyboard slap.
Oh boy!
Just slap a Karen wig on someone. Josh Fisher, you know
good old Josh Fisher. Yes, everyone on this podcast loves Josh Fisher. Me more than anyone. I love you, Josh. You handsome bastard.
Welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. I'm your host, Josh Fisher. Have you seen my leg?
But he has a family.
Why did you do that?
He has a family member who he'll like, because Josh is pretty liberal and he'll post. I don't think he's liberal, but he's open-minded. You know, he's not far left. He's just open-minded. So he'll post lots of stuff and he believes in scientists. And then he has one family member like married to a cousin, and this guy will jump in, and this guy with no eyebrows. He's got this like, I don't know who this dude is, but he looks like a maggot in a shirt. And he will be like, you don't love liberty. You don't love democracy. You love killing babies. And like, I slapped a Karen wig on him too. I'll just slap a Karen wig on you. You know, I love it. I'm going to slap a Karen wig on Oscar too. See if he, how he
do it. I'll make that my default pick on Facebook.
All right, fine.
You know which pictures to use. Use the one with me in a gauntlet. Slap a Karen wig on it. Game over.
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah. But I did get some stuff in this week. I did receive from a gentleman from the Beast Wars Buy Sell Trade Group, ran by the good folks over at Stasis Lock, which was an interesting discussion about knockoffs there earlier last week. But I guess that subject's dead in the water. But I did from a gentleman by the name of Brother Kyle. Did set me up with a Beast Wars Rhinox figure, which I fucking love. I forgot how awesome that figure is. So he's on my shelf with my other Beast Wars characters, really tough and buff. I'm Rhinox. I'm a fucking rhino. Fuck you, Decepticons, baby. And I also bought, excuse me, I also purchased the Takara Legends Top Spin figure because I'm rebuilding my Wrecker shelf. And I paid $40 for it, but after messing with them, the paint apps are nice, but I'm probably going to sell them because to get his brother is a pain in the ass. All over eBay and in groups, people want between $60 to $80 for this fucking thing. So I thought I struck gold in Reddit. A guy had like the Hasbro and the Takara version, so I was like, hey, I'll buy the Hasbro version. Like, oh, that just sold. All right, so humor me. How much for the Takara version? $95 plus shipping. And I was like, you can eat a fat cock. I'm not fucking paying you for that. So, you know, it sucks, but I am going to sell that Takara Top Spin for about $40 shipped. I'm posting in a cafe at some point to get it going.
Take it to cafe.
Take it to cafe right now. Right now.
Right now.
So no, don't use that photo, Robert. Use the other one.
It's the Thanos one.
No, the one I would gladly rock on my fucking Facebook. Well, I'll send it to you. But first, we have to talk about important issues because of the pandemic. Things are getting canceled, and the first one is going to be TF Nation 2020.
Aww.
Yeah. You know, and I'm going to state this for the record to the three listeners that we have overseas, because I know we lost Cody.
We lost Cody?
We lost Cody.
What do you mean?
You don't listen no more.
What a cunt. I'm going to PM him right now, that little fucking...
I don't think he listens to us. So...
Oh, I know why. I know why. Because he's on the Bobby train. No Bobby, no Cody.
That's fine. So they made in a statement, in response to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, we have taken a decision not to proceed with this year's event, which had been scheduled to run from the 14th to the 16th of August. Whilst we appreciate this will come as a disappointment, it is important for us to explain this decision has been taken without sadness or regret. The well-being of the community has been leading consideration in reaching this outcome, as we will not expose our attendees, guests, and volunteers to unnecessary health risks. At this time, we wish to thank the entire TF Nation community for its continued enthusiasm for our conventions. Your support is incredible and has helped to make this difficult situation much easier to address. We hope you and your families remain safe at this time. So, like I was saying earlier, to the few people I used to interact with that live across the pond, my heart goes out to them in the world of collecting Transformers, because fuck, right now they're probably getting the first waves of Beast Hunter figures from Transformers Prime. Maybe they'll get Combiner Wars and shit. Like their distribution blows over there. So, and this was like a thing that a lot of them look forward to, but now are not gonna go. They can't attend because it was canceled. So, my heart goes out to them, but they're doing it for the right reasons, much like they did TFCon Orlando. So, which will never come back. God damn it. So yeah, there's that. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Hey, it sucks, but it's just, we're so entitled, It sucks that stuff's getting canceled, but we have to do it. We have to do it for the good of humanity. Look, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. A lot, of ancient civilizations and stuff. And, I forget who it was, but a Spanish explorer claimed that when he first, visited, went down the Amazon, there was these vast cities. And then 50 years later, when they came back, there were no cities, and they thought that he was lying. And apparently it was just because they brought disease that wiped everyone out. And now they're discovering, with all the deforestation going on, there are ruins. There were vast cities. There was an ancient civilization there. Archaeologists are very much averse to changing their narrative because they're very locked into the story of humans, and our history. But the stones don't lie. But the fact is, there's shit out there, like I talked about before. This stuff can wipe us the fuck out. We still don't get it. A virus can 86 humanity. Just like a fucking fish in a tank that gets whatever the hell they get. It can just kill you. We're done. We have to take this seriously. And if it means there's no TFCon, there's no TF Nation, can't go to the movies, if it means my kids have a future and in a world without this disease, I'm cool with it. I'm fine. But at the same time, I'm also kind of excited because without TFCon, without TF Nation, without this and without that, there's going to be an explosion of reveals that we haven't had because it has been a drip. But now it's going to be like a dam. All the cancellations have formed a dam for all the reveals. And then once things open up, we are going to have a moment of joy with being flooded with new things coming out. And it'll be worth the wait, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, I didn't like hearing that TFCon Orlando got canceled, but I think if we have to play it safe right now, at least for the, I'm going to sound like a dick, but at least for the remainder of the year, cancel TFCon Chicago also.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
The
I'm not going.
There's no way I'm going either. My area is talking about I think June 1st, they're opening beaches and stuff. I'm like, are you guys crazy? Because that's all it's gonna take. It's gonna take people just showing up here, and then suddenly there's spikes in areas. Come on. They're well, people have to be safe on the beach. I'm like, have you ever been to a beach where people are not crowded right on top of each other? No. What are you gonna do? Even if you had half the hotels operating at like 30% capacity, those beaches are still going to be overflowing, you know? I don't know.
And you see people post their offense at the fact that like a guy from New York went to Hawaii on vacation, and he was the only guy on the beach, and he posted an image on Instagram of him on the beach, and he got arrested for it because in traveling to Hawaii, I believe it was Hawaii, he had signed a document agreeing to quarantine himself for 14 days, and he didn't, you know? So you've got him acknowledging that he conditioned his trip on this, and he violated it. You know, you don't get to go on your fucking vacation, asshole. And if you do, you need to abide by the agreement you agreed to. But when people say, oh my God, but you know, it's just one guy, there's no one around him. How can they arrest him for that? He's not violating any social distancing. The reason he got in trouble is because if it is okay for him to do it, it's okay for 1,000 people to do it.
Exactly.
You have to enforce it every single time. Or what's happening in Brazil right now is people are just flouting the restrictions, and they are not observing social distancing. They're not using PPE, and it's the 4th largest spread of the virus in the world right now. You know, so if one guy doesn't get in trouble, everyone can go there, because one person's rights are equal to 1,000 people's rights. So wait, when do you enforce it? If not at one, when do you enforce it?
Well, I mean, like you could like, I know it's an extreme comparison, but like it's like murder. It's like you'd be like, well, it's okay. Nobody really liked that person that they murdered, so you know, it's like, oh, okay. So we just find the, you know, if we're part of the group that says, well, you know, like the majority of people didn't like them, it's okay now. Like, no, it's not okay. You know, so
just there's an issue in our culture. I don't know about every culture in the world, but I know my culture here is we are very self-centered. My rights. Yes, your rights, your freedoms, your liberties, they are coveted. They are important. They're sacrosanct. They do change based on amendments and case law.
There's also a huge slew of armchair lawyers who actually do not really know what their rights are. Like, I love, like, anywhere, like, even Facebook. You're like, this is my free speech. I'm like, yeah, your free speech actually doesn't apply on, like, private things like that. You know, like, your free speech in my house can be limited, you know? Yeah. So,
well, it's the government's, you know, oppression of your free speech.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there like a thing recently about people trying to go shopping, but some stores won't let them in without a mask, so they try to sit there and threaten to sue under the ADA Act.
That's insane.
Americans with Disability Act. And a lawyer on Twitter recently took to Twitter and explained very clearly how that would just fall apart.
It's just silly. I mean, you're not a covered person, so you can't depend on that statute. You're not a covered person, period. You have to first fall within the definition of a covered person to be protected by the act. But what really always instantaneously tickles me is when somebody raises as an inalienable right, a sacrosanct right, they an amendment to the Constitution. And it's like, you fucking idiot. You're relying on something that changed rights to say this can't change. Now, if you want it to change a different way, well, then, yeah, you have a voice, go through the process. It's a pain in the ass. But the fact is, the thing you're relying on was something that had changed. Law, the one thing that we learn in this country in the study of law is that laws change. It's dynamic. It is always changing. If I want to give an opinion or, interpret anything and, an analysis, I need to check immediately to see if what my understanding was of the law has since changed. That's how much it changes. And we all have an effect on it in our voting and our voice and da-da-da. But, oh, my God. But when people rely on an amendment, that's what's really funny to me, because that shit can get amended again. So you better get to those polls and vote for who you want to write the laws, because they can propose amendments. I don't know. whatever. But there's what people need to understand when it comes to this is the most base way I can explain it. Okay, is yes, you have liberties in this country. You have the liberty to swing your arms like a maniac. But as soon as your swinging your arm can hit me in the face, your liberty ends. Period. Get the fuck out of here if you don't like it. That's this country. So you get the fuck out. That's this country. And if you want to change it, you go ahead and change it. But that's the country you live in. You know, but the culture we live in, though, other than the laws, our culture, right? It's very self-centered. My liberties. I believe, and it's just my opinion at this point, not as anything other than just a person living in this society, we, as opposed to other cultures, we do not give much weight to the good of the whole. We give a tremendous amount of weight to the good of the individual, but not much to the good of the whole, the benefit of the many. And I don't mean that in terms of socialism. I just mean public good. So that I believe that affects our opinions and our decision making and our actions on an individual level. So you got people like, this affects me, and but they don't think about society as a whole. And I understand many people, many millions of people are freaking the fuck out because they just the big problem, the biggest, usually the root of every problem comes down to money. And right now, people aren't fucking working, and our government just gave you $1,200 once. If you got $1,200,
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to apply for unemployment, good luck getting them on the phone. So the system failed you, the government failed you, But it's really, I feel terrible, I feel terrible for those people, and I'm very thankful that I'm not in that situation. But I could be tomorrow, and I'm not stupid enough to know that I could be there tomorrow. I couldn't be there tomorrow, but that's, I think, if people could just be honest with themselves and just come out and be like, dude, I'm fucking broke. I'm going to the food bank for food, and the line is 2 blocks long, and they ran out. Like, what am I supposed to? That is honest. It's not about getting a haircut. It's not about going to Applebee's at the beach. It's about working and getting a paycheck. Yep. And my biggest gripe with the government is people, sure, they can tell people not to pay rent. Oh, no one can evict you for 3 months, but you still owe your rent. So when the 3 months is up, you're now in arrears 3 months, so now they can evict you. You owe your rent. Well, is the landlord the bad guy? Why? Most of the rent doesn't go in the landlord's pocket. Most of the rent goes to taxes. So if our government really wanted to help people out, they would tell property owners that they are not obligated to pay property tax during this period. Then landlords would be and banks as well, that they can't, you can't collect a mortgage, you can't collect on the mortgage, put it at the back end of the mortgage. You'll get your money anyway, but put it on pause, and they don't owe you the money right now. We just extend the mortgage 3 months.
Let's focus on the cause of these people going through, unable to pay their rent and their mortgages and whatnot and I'm referencing Toy Detox, who just put out an episode.
Oh, that's Spiro.
Thanks to Spiros Gallos, the world's sexiest voice having fool.
No, Justin is.
That's right. He's the second sexiest voice having fool. Spiros is not Justin. He's our number one. Mickey Brave, shout out to Mickey Brave, because he and I, we need to talk on the phone. We once chatted a few times. Good guy. Mentioned that our government unemployment rate was at about 30%. Now, I don't know when they recorded that. And I'm not saying he's wrong. He's just, I think you got the numbers a little turned around here. But as it stands today, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, American people, our unemployment rate is at 14.7%.
And that's really fucking high.
That is, because that is a lot of people out of fucking work right now. And it's unfortunate, but that's the case. And that's why people are freaking out. People are getting fucking pissed. Like a lot of these guys are not going to go to a job interview with shaggy fucking unkept hair and a big old bushy fucking beard. So they want to get a haircut. And that's understandable. And this is the situation we're in. But we're not dealing with it because we're too busy. And what gets me the most is when I sit there, and I've seen these posts where they're like, they're trying to tell me how to live my life. They're impinging on my rights. And it's like, look at this person that says that, and they're Caucasian, and I want to sit there and say, congratulations. You now know how every African-American man feels in this country at all times.
Yeah, I mean, we're going far afield. I mean, but that's a whole nother discussion. I mean, living in a city, if you're a black man, you know, it's the cards are stacked against you once you start, once you hit adolescence, and then societal pressures require that you say hello to certain people on the street and stand around in the corner and hang out with them, you know, and cops roll up. One guy's got a blunt. 7 people get arrested. You know, it's all.
Oh, God forbid a bunch of black men and women gather to have a barbecue at a park.
Oh, well, if Karen's there or Becky.
If Karen's there to call it in. They said no grills. But you see what I'm saying? Like, people are pissed because like they're saying, well, I was at the beach with my family and they're telling us we need to spread apart from these other people. Who are they to tell us where we can or can't go? It's like, dude, there. But we just segued something serious.
Yeah, we segued so hard. I'm like riding around on a Segway in my apartment.
Yeah. Justin's like, I'm gonna delete all this audio.
No, I don't care. It stays.
Justin built a Segway with Legos, and it works.
It's true.
It runs on 0-point energy. Ryan helped him.
It's a horrible sales pitch. But speaking of horrible salesmen, Fred Willard, the voice of Transformers animated Swindo, who's also an actor. He played the father of the Modern Family main character. He also was
just like the movie. He was 86th.
Yeah, he was also in, I want to say, Pitch Perfect. I may be wrong about that.
He's been in a lot.
Yeah, he's done a lot of voice work. He passed away at 86.
86. Oh, at 86.
At 86. No, not 8. No, he was a
at
vampire.
86, he was 86.
Someone caught on and 86'd him.
They were like, irony, you're 86? 86th.
And it sucks. I mean, Justin, you watched animated. You liked animated. I liked animated. I honestly think his voice fucking worked for Swindo.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Swindo. He looked like Swindo.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad but I mean, like, you know, it's sad. Anybody who goes because of it, it's very sad, regardless of age. So
correct. Yeah. Except Matt.
Speaking of, Matt came back to life one day. He was walking in a swamp and he saw a big bee's nest. He thought to himself, man, what would Starscream do? So he got a stepladder and struck his hand in the bee's nest, thinking he was about to grab a big old handful of honey, just like Winnie the Pooh. When he learned that it was not a bee's nest, but rather a murder hornet nest, at first the murder hornets couldn't penetrate the thick layer of skin and fat surrounding his vital organs, but ultimately the murder hornets won. After turning into a giant red puffy pincushion, they had their way with his bloated corpse. They ran a murder hornet train on his dead, bloated remains. A little too late, Gator came to the rescue. He ran up, chomping at their damn murder hornets. But alas, the murder hornets were wise to Gator. They up and murdered him too. But they didn't violate him in the way they violated Matt's decrepit remains. They don't fuck with garbage.
Justin, why'd you type all that?
Why'd I type all that? I don't think anybody would believe it.
Why didn't I type it sooner?
You're right.
Greg's
true. I wrote it all.
Don't mess up my notes. If you can't be bothered to contribute anything, Robert, don't mess up my notes.
That was funny. I'm surprised I kept a straight face. We should do that. We should do dramatic readings on this.
I pretty much feel like all these ideas result in you should do these things because none of us have the talent to do it like you. So.
I have no contribution otherwise. I might as well. All I contribute is memes. That's my fucking value. Memes.
And and there is no value to that. It's priceless, my friend. Priceless. But speaking of priceless, this shit looks dope as fuck. FansHobby's Armada Megatron.
It looks cool, but so I started thinking about this, like, because I was like, I could be in on that Prime, but like, I don't think I'm really in on that Prime. You know, like, it'd be this outlier toy that fits nowhere on my shelf. Like, I'm interested to see how Prime does, and then I guess I'll be interested to see how Megatron does too. Because like, I just don't know if the market's there for that. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe there's so many people clamoring for it, and I'm just out of touch with it because I'm old and I like G1. But I don't know. I hope it does well for them. That's all I can say.
Mammoth.
I like the design of Armada Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I love the horns on his head that look like pincers. I mean, I think it's dope.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool, but like, so Prime is $230, I think.
That's the best time to go to the dentist.
That's $230. But anyway, yeah. So Prime is like $230, I think, like that, something like that. And I don't know. It just feels too expensive. I don't know. It just might be that I don't really care about that particular incarnation of the character like some people do. So maybe that causes me to feel that way.
Savage Justin turns its ugly head.
Wait, what's the price? I don't see a price.
There's no price on Megatron yet. I mean, he's just in prototype forms and stuff. But he's a little bit bigger than Prime, so I would not be surprised to see him be similarly priced.
So your approach to interpreting whether this is a good figure is to look at the image and just say it's too expensive.
No.
Not even knowing how much it costs.
No. My response to this is saying that I wonder how Prime is going to sell. Because I feel like in often cases you're not buying this Megatron if you didn't buy the Prime that they're making. So like it's an interesting route for FansHobby to go, and I just hope that it's successful because I want the Headmaster Juniors more than I want either of these.
Yeah, but I mean, as a Megatron, like I can see there can be some Prime fatigue at this point, but not Megatron fatigue.
Yeah, I agree, but.
And this might trigger purchases for the Prime. The Prime
Possibly.
came out already, right?
I could see that. No, Prime's not out yet. He's pre-order also.
I wish they released a better image. Like I can see, it seems like they made it blurry to just obscure what it, the details, but it just looks like soap. They did a bad job blurring it. Give me a silhouette or give me a render. But don't do this because it looks bad. It looks like just a really bland figure, and that's not good. No, this does not. And if this was, say, in an area I would collect, an image like this would not entice me. It would not.
Does Oscar and I don't really. I only briefly remember Armada Megatron. I didn't watch Armada. I read the comics for a while in, I think it was in college when that came out. Do the proportions look right? Like, I feel like his forearms look a little, or like his bicep area looks, is that your forearm? I don't think that's your forearm. I am not someone who does anatomy, but wherever his bicep part of his arm looks too skinny to me. I don't know if that's accurate or...
No, I'm no expert on Armada either. I never bought the original Armada Megatron toy because it was very G1-ish, brick, right? I bought the Combiner Wars one. I saw what they were trying to do there, but they were trying to get it, and they kind of nailed it, but they kind of didn't. This version does look very much more tune accurate. Let me see, because. Like body proportions, like the arms look very, I want to say slinky. So I mean, let's look here. Armada. Let's see. Yeah, the way his original body design is, it's like the tank treads sit on his shoulders, which give him that imposing look. I always kind of liked, and then of course there's the cannon, right, that comes out of his hip, and it's not as where Hasbro fucked it up and made it like a fusion cannon, like the regular G1 Megatron. But other than that, I mean, I honestly think that, the Armada toy, I'm looking at it now, it looks okay, but it's nothing I was crazy about. But I like the proportions on this. It looks very dynamic, looks very anime inspired, which, of course, when you cut, let's call a spade. That's what Armada was anime.
Mm-hmm.
I like the proportions on the feet. The arms is, again, my only issue is they look scrawny, and the tank treads don't sit on the shoulders like they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, for me, like you, I think they're not going to release this so they could gauge the success of their Armada Prime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think
$230
that's
fucking
fair.
price tag. It's ouch city. So.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see, because this is definitely a demographic that is, for the most part, outside of us. These are the kids who now have, are starting to come into expendable incomes and things like that. This is not, was not something that we grew up on. So it'll be interesting to see how this does, because I feel like Beast Wars has gone over pretty well, but this is still a few generations after that, right? So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, because it was Beast Wars, Beast Machines, and I believe Armada, and I'm going by U.S. release.
There was RID before that even. So.
Right, RID. My apologies. See, that's so. I mean, dude, like I said, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I would honestly, if I had a chance to see a third party tackle anything from another series, I would like them to do the Autobot brothers from RID, Car Robots. I think that'd be a neat little project for them to undertake. So, I mean, this is all in the end. It's got to be, I don't know, but I really think it's going to be a hefty price tag as much as I like it.
Yeah, I can't see it being less than Optimus. I mean, I guess it could be because there's more maybe parts for Optimus with the trailer and, the pants and the little robot mode, but I feel like that's not going to end up being the case. It's just a gut feeling that if Optimus costs $230, you can expect that this guy's going to be pretty close too.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree with that. And speaking of something that is pretty close to, we mentioned Beast Wars, DNA has knocked it out of the park with this awesome accessory for your big convoy. It is the Mammoth Fusion Cannon. It's the Matrix Buster for big convoy, which looks dope as fuck.
This looks cool, but and maybe no one here remembers. I feel like there was a re-release of Big Convoy that came with this. I don't know. This is one of those times when Greg or Matt might be.
I think it was because I know Big Bad Toy Store has the blue convoy, which is a blue repaint of this.
Yeah.
But I think he came with something like this, but not to that massive effect.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it looks good.
Huge.
It looks like it should. So.
And the big convoy figure is fucking cool looking.
Hey, he's a neat figure. I don't have a problem with him. He's very panely in his elephant mode, but it's pretty cool.
I liked when we're talking before pre-SCU, Justin, and pre-Good Morning Cybertron. You remember how guys in the forums would assemble the panels on their own?
Mm-hmm. And
they would have big convoy standing there, and there would be this empty shell of a mammoth.
Yep, I do recall that. Yep.
Oh my god, I remember TJ Omega did it. He's like, "There you go." And I was just like, "Ah, it's a monster." But yeah, God, this got me looking. I'm in the market now for a big convoy, son of a bitch.
Or you can wait, because this is something. It's a prime. This is something that Perfect Effect could tackle. Generation Toy could tackle. Even Takara could tackle this.
Yeah.
I mean, I would wait. Not unless you enjoy it. There are people, and I'm not knocking them at all, because I have Beast Wars figures that just enjoy the old school ones, because they do have their charm.
They do. Some do. Some I'm just. Some are in my collection. I look at it and I'm just like, what the fuck was I thinking when I bought it? But on the other hand, it has its je ne sais quoi, since we're on a French thing tonight. That kind of makes me keep it from selling it. But this looks this is great if you already have it. I'm not going crazy trying to buy a big convoy. I have to get them at a pretty reasonable price before I jump in on it.
If you need one, we'll talk later. I think I might have one. I have to check. So.
Excellent, cheers.
Yeah. So when eventually your stuff gets shipped.
Yeah, same thing with yours. You know, fuck. Spiro, I haven't shipped yours either. I love you, buddy. Oh, he doesn't listen either because when Bobby left, so did he. Such meanies. So in official news, possible Netflix shit pieces and ErfRice. Did you write that one?
Nope.
Robert?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, Greg.
Okay, so say what?
That's all, Greg.
So basically they have some ErfRice. I really am going to sit here and say this now. So, and my issue with the ErfRice is looking at this list. So here's some new listings they have. I was poking around the Walmart computer today, and I noticed there was a number of additional listings attached to the deluxe class Netflix assortment. In addition to Chromia and Sideswiper and Hound, and the rest, the following names were listed. So they're doing a Bumblebee, of course, the Quintesson, Wheeljack. So we're going to get an ErfRice Wheeljack.
We already have an ErfRice Wheeljack.
Yeah, Impactor. So we're going to get an ErfRice Impactor, a deep cover Sideswipe. That's the Black Deco, where he's a cop. ErfRice Red Alert, of course, because they're doing Sideswipe, but they're Red Alert. A Barricade, so he's probably going to be...
Barricade.
What?
Barricade.
So, of course, he'll be a Redeco off the Dotson brothers. And then an Alita 1 Deluxe class figure. Why are they making her Deluxe class?
Isn't that the didn't they do
Power of the Primes version of her? She was a Voyager. She was a combiner centerpiece. She was retooled off Starscream.
No, but didn't we see an RC?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
so,
but that's not. I guess it's not on here either.
It's gonna be Alita 1. You know.
Yeah, just make it red.
Yeah, just make it red.
It's worth mentioning that Netflix Deluxes are a different price point, $19.87, than regular Siege ErfRice Deluxes. They have their own computer listing that's not shared with the Siege or ErfRice toys, so some of these aren't just listings for older Siege toys, as one might first suppose. And they say, as usual, take this with a grain of salt, but we get an official confirmation. Problem on this list is deep cover, which some fans remember as an eHobby exclusive blue and black redeco of G1 Sideswipe. So, yeah. I guess this is good. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I love my Hasbro Siege figure, but I kind of think he's crap sometimes. That face sculpt, how they fucked that up.
For which one?
Siege Impactor.
Oh, Impactor.
Yeah. And coming up next for the same subject we talked about with Netflix shit pieces and ErfRice Cheetor. They are going to make a deluxe class Cheetor figure, which I guess is cool. I don't know. I probably won't jump on it because I am still rather enamored by the masterpiece Cheetor I have.
It's beautiful. Why would you spend the money? It's not even that expensive. Why would you spend $45? What's a deluxe class cost now? 40? 30?
No, 20.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes way.
That's an Ocala.
No.
That's about 20.
What about in the civilized world? Really?
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, but if you're going to blow 20, save up and get it for 85. Jesus, get the masterpiece. I don't understand you people. I said it, you people.
What you mean by you people?
So we don't have product images, though, huh?
No. So this is I don't know. The news is fine. I don't know why you're really doing a deluxe Cheetor. I don't know. I feel like you need to have a whole line of Beast Wars stuff coming in the deluxe scale if you're gonna do one of them, right? Like, but then that potentially takes away from people. Like, are the people who are buying the MPs the same people who are gonna be buying the deluxes, which are hopefully inferior? I don't know. It's just
Yeah, they'll buy them, and then like the whole siege, like a Voyager ordeal with Megatron and fucking Hotlink, they'll flip it with an additional $20 on top of it because gas is what their excuse is.
Of course.
That's funny too. Like I honestly, like, after going through that nonsense with like the freaking Siege Seeker set, I am done. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I am done with like Hasbro Seekers, man. Like, as nice as that Starscream was, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, because my thing's saying no internet connection.
No, we hear. You have an internet connection.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it'd have to be nice. It'd be cool if they could redecorate as Shadow Panther too, which is the other Beast Wars MP I own because I fucking love it. But I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. There's a time and place for that.
Does anybody think that this could ultimately end up being like some like shitty repaint of something? You know, like Transformers Animated did it. They did it with Blur. They made a Cheetor, and
they had that BotCon set too, where they did it with like the Cybertron Overdrive figure, I think his name was, or Swerve. Yeah, I hope it's not. I mean, they don't need Earth modes. It would be more better. It would be better. Jesus, it would be better if they had actual beast modes, and if they do this, they give them beast modes, it'd be a nice way to reintroduce Beast Wars into the main line as well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like the Optimal Optimus that came out, Power of the Primes, but that was all part of the Primes ordeal. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see till they release prototypes or some convention goes off that they show the prototype at.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be interested to see exactly what they ultimately decide to do here. So
I mean, ErfRice hasn't been bad, you know. It's been really good, and we'll see. I mean, only time can tell. And speaking of time can tell, we have more information on the movie masterpiece Starscream.
Yay, Doritos!
Yay! I don't know. Tempted. I'm tempted.
Courtesy of Denkai Hobby Web, we can share for you new stock image of Takara Tomy movie masterpiece MPM-10 Starscream for your viewing pleasure. The figure is based in Starscream's designs and deco from the Transformers 07 live action film. The Raptor F-22 alt mode looks amazing in detail. We have some extra shots that let us see how the robot parts are aligned under the jet mode. Additionally, new extra shots of the back and robot mode are included. Okay, so I'm a little interested in this. So
I'm interested.
We see no underside.
Yeah, I'm interested in their statement here that we see how the things are oriented. It's like the only one you kind of see is maybe picture 6, where you can kind of see a little of it hanging out. Like, other than that, like, it doesn't show anything that they said it shows.
Where's picture 6? Mine starts at picture 10.
Mine starts at picture 10, but if you keep going, then there's 6, 7, 8, and 9 at the very, very bottom. It's really out of order.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of crap hanging out of a jet.
It's obvious that the bottom of this jet is a fucking mess. That's why, even though they said you get to see what's under the jet, you don't see shit.
It
under the
doesn't
jet.
look like it's a total mess, because, like, if you look at picture 16...
17.
Yeah, 16, 17, like, it looks fairly clean. Like, I can tell there's stuff hanging off the center of the jet, but it's not bad. Now, you know, when that jet is actually on level with you, it may look way worse than it looks in these pictures. And it just looks totally trash when you put all his little accessories on. Because jets usually have buzzsaws hanging off the wing, you know?
What do you need a buzzsaw for?
Well, so when you're in close combat, you can all buzzsaw their wing off, you know? Like, that's just...
But I mean, you're going to break your own wing off.
No,
it's not even
that's not how jets work, Robert.
Iceman, come in, Iceman. Yeah, go ahead, Glooper Fiber. Yeah, Iceman, you got a bogey on your 6. Buzzsaw that bitch. Roger.
Your nose cone's too close. No!
Oh, my radar dish that comes out of my nose cone. Fuck.
Why I mean, just, you know what? Get out of here with the buzzsaw. That's so terrible. It's terrible. And he has Charlie Brown on his exhaust. He's Charlie Brown.
What picture are you looking at for Charlie Brown?
Oh God. It is...
20?
20.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I see that.
That's it, Charlie Brown. You're
it's
done.
Random gold there. Gold and blue. It's very strange. I think picture 11 just kind of, it's the set picture 11, but it's actually picture number 2 when you're, scrolling through. Not the hand, but the one after, but like that's summarizes everything that like why this Starscream bothers me. I'm like, it just looks real bad.
It really looks like a fucking Dorito.
Whatever, man. Mm-hmm.
Like, look at him. Like his arms are so long they touch the ground when he's standing fully straight up and down, because that's probably as much as the legs.
Whatever, Justin.
extend.
You're fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up, man. Why are you hating on Starscream? Gator for life.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
I didn't die.
I'm not dead, Robert. I know you want me dead because you hate me so much. I'm going to go back in my corner and masturbate and cry.
I'm getting it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what he would say. Rest in peace, man.
Yes. And like this, like if these are like product images, like I just don't think the paint is there. Like they're like, we put gold touches on and like some silver. I'm like, but none of it looks like it matters. Like look at like picture 13.
That's very true to that's true to the source, though. It really is.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It just feels like it's wasted paint apps,
I'll tell you what, though. 14 and I gotta verify it's 15. 14 and 15, they show you the fucking back of this robot. Okay, they're proud of that back.
Mm-hmm.
They do not show you the underside of this jet.
No,
they do not. Nope, they sure don't. So that was a misleading fucking mention here. Remember, they wrote it in extra shots that let us see how the robot parts are aligned under the jet mode, which they have not shown.
You don't fucking see the bottom. Oh, God. Oh. Is it a transformer? All right, whatever. I mean, these things, they're cool and all, but Unique Toys does it better. Isn't that fucked up? There's no question that Unique Toys does it better at this point. DX9 Unique Toys does a better job at Takara's own IP.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Obama. What's next?
Coming up next is okay. So I'm excited for this. Boom, God Neptune.
Wait,
Generation
what?
Selects.
No, refresh your page.
Refresh my Google Doc.
Yes.
Yes.
Robert's very proud of this.
I was typing this while I was speaking to Justin, so forgive me, it's not as good as the last one.
All right, here we go.
Justin was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm typing."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. After his corpse was stuffed under a large stone in a swamp, a passing by bayou skunk ape saw the stone moved over and looked into the large hole and saw that Matthew's bloated corpse had disappeared. Turns out Matthew was resurrected. He came back from the dead, and now he was clear. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he was now a re-released clear version of himself. Unfortunately, the skunk ape was very much attracted to clear Transformers and immediately started raping him. Jesus, dude. That skunk ape raped Matt dead yet again. Oh, my God.
Robert has a very active imagination.
He was clear. I love you, Matt, but I literally just pictured Matt made out of translucent plastic with like his bone and his organs are there, right? No muscle. It's just, he's got like 5 points of articulation. Like, oh, man, I feel like shit. Oh, no, skunk ape.
And the first thing that happened is Matt went to go defend himself, and because he was made out of clear plastic, his arm snapped off.
Exactly.
That made it easy for the skunk ape. Oh, God.
So moving on, Grand God Seafood Buffet. So, okay, real talk, I pre-ordered this on the Chosen Prime, and I just want to say something. So upon the time of this guy's pre-order came out, I did order Overbite from the original set because I have one Combiner War figure still here, and I want them to have an actual big-ass Target Master. But To the people that sit there and still use the fucking argument of, I can't afford a pre-order because I don't know if I'll have that money in my bank when the time comes. I don't normally plug businesses on here, but if you pre-order your stuff from the Chosen Prime, you can make payments on it before it drops. You get told of its release date, how many days, all right? And you can make a deposit on it, and you can make as many payments as... Doesn't matter what the dollar amount is, if you're able to pay it off. Like in this case, when I pre-ordered God Neptune, my notice said 187 days. All right, cool. I dumped 50 in it. And then I'll be able to drop X amount of money over the next couple of months to have it paid off by the time it drops, so nothing gets hit on my account.
Yep, that's exactly what I did with MP44 Optimus Prime, because I was unable to get it from one of the Japanese retailers, and I'm like, if I'm going to pay this premium price, I'm like, I do not want to do that in 1 month. So I'm like, we'll, pre-order it now. I'll put $100 down this month and 100 this month. And, by the time it comes out, he'll be paid off. And I don't feel that big hit on my wallet real quick. So
here's the problem. As collectors, we are addicts. Okay. So whatever, pick your poison, call it pot, whatever, blow. But the fact is, if you're addicted to something, be it plastic or a drug, and you need it, and you have the option, don't do your drug, wait 6 months, and in 6 months' time, you will have the best shit you ever had in your life. You'll tell stories about it. You'll always remember it. Or get garbage for every week up until then, and then continue getting garbage. An addict will always just get garbage because they need a fix. It's that simple. I mean, there's no difference. That explains why people will not do what you're saying, Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
So this figure, is this a white version of what I've seen recently as a Takara Mall or whatever exclusive?
Yeah. It's... I forget. I want to say it's Beast Wars 2, not Neo.
But this is just, what's his face? The Seacons,
it's Piranacon.
Right?
Yeah,
so I saw some dude recently claimed victory winning the Piranacon version for $1,000 on eBay. Did you see that?
Oh, he got the Seacon set, the Piranacon set. Yeah, he claimed victory winning almost $1,000.
He spent $1,000 for the green version of this.
The original release, yes.
Like G1 version?
No, this.
No, the Generation Select version.
Oh, okay.
This, but green and black and pink and whatever.
Nice.
The original color scheme.
Yes. $1,000. $1,000, and people are going, oh, it's going to be on retail in 3 months. And people are going, it's not going to be retail. It's an exclusive. Oh, and I'm
it's a Generation Select. They, I tried to buy. I was trying to get my hands on the original Seacon set, and because there's 6 of them, because one of them's a gun. This set doesn't have is it Nautilator? I think his name is. He's like the crab crustacean or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct on that, Justin?
I think so. Okay. I'm not a buff on the Seacon.
The Seacon. Greg and I are. So I had Overbite, I had Tentakill, I had Sea-Wing, and I had
Sea-Wing?
Huh?
You got Sea-Wing?
Sea-Wing, not Sea-Wang. And I think it's like Golfer or something like that. It was like
Golfer.
I forget his.
He got a
name.
Golfer Sea-Wing.
Shut up, Justin! You're a bully. Suck.
Your wedge is curved.
But then they didn't have Snaptrap, and they didn't have Nautilator, and Nautilator is going on eBay for about like $70-$80, and Snaptrap is over $100. So to that guy that paid $1,000, if he has $1,000 to blow on that, whatever, dude. I hope you're not putting yourself in debt over that shit.
Jesus Christ! Get a fucking statue.
Might as well, shit. Get a custom one made that's MP or
I can't imagine this is not a grail. That is just FOMO right there. Like, there is no way this guy is going to be happy with spending $1,000. I'm not knocking the toy, but there's no way he's going to be happy with his purchase.
There's
not unless...
like, you know, looking at this stuff, like, like none of the, like, Hasbro Combiner Wars type figures are worth that. Like, they're hardly worth their actual retail price a lot of times. You know, like... yeah, and like to go $1,000 for something that's ultimately gonna, I think, isn't this a retool of something else they've done? Predicate? No,
a lot of them are like a lot of them are retools of like some of the Terracons.
Yeah, okay, Abominus, that's right. So
man, if you got the pristine G1, never been opened in box, I understand that, but you know. This, which is a retool, like you said, come on now. I see some double thighs for elbows. Get the fuck out of here. You made a mistake, boy. You made a mistake. You're going to regret it.
It's classic Power of the Prime Combiner Wars setup. I mean, you know, the gift set price of like $200 is understandable because it's an exclusive. You know, I have the G1 Piranacon. I love that G1 Piranacon set. My only beef with it, I bought I don't know, Justin, you remember when Big Bad Toy Store had the
Huh? The one that BBTS, I think, still has and can't get rid of for like $20 now.
Which I may buy another one to keep in box, my friend, because I'm a bastard.
You have two?
I have one, but I would love to have two of them, yeah.
Well, you should look at BBTS. They may have your number right there. So
shit, Google it, Justin. You're busy. No,
I'm going right now.
But yeah, he's like, I'm on it. I'm on it.
So
but,
this is true Scramble City, right?
Yeah.
So what's the math on that? Because the main bot is still the main bot. So with 4 limbs, no, 5, right?
5 limbs. One of them's a gun.
So 5 times 5 is 25. So there would be 25 versions that you should buy at $1,000 each. Jesus. What a dickhead! Not you, him.
I think
so. But anyway, do you see his chest?
God Neptunes.
Well, they finally sold out of them. So.
Oh, they did.
They finally sold out of them. How much
does it drop down to?
I don't know. They just have them listed as $99.99, which I think was what his retail price was. But I swear to God, he was being blown out Black Friday for like $30-$35, something like that.
I bought mine like 6 years ago. I got them for like $35 on BBTS.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't want them. I got them for full price. I felt like a sucker.
So do you see
I remember seeing him at a convention that was like someone had the mint in box sealed and everything, and he's like, BBTS exclusive, hard to find, and he wrote like $200, and me and this guy looked at each other, we're like, did you get yours from BBTS? He's like, yeah, I got mine from BBTS, yeah. You know, and then we got drunk and fucked, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
Gator. So
Gator.
do you see the face on the chest? It's like Matthew being told to eat his broccoli, and he's like, no, no.
Stop knocking it, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I give Hasbro shit for a lot of their retools.
No.
Right? But I really like this. I really do. I love how the color scheme pops. I love the paint apps because I know it's not some lazy shit like, oh, Combiner Wars and oh, here's the Unite Warriors. They look better.
Hey.
And they come with their original fucking members.
Hey, Robert. Yes. I see your face that's saying no, but I raise you this. Look at the face that you see. Now look at the little like head crest sticking off of it. Does it? And then look at the white plate behind it with the blue part being kind of like squinty eyes. Does it not look like someone flipping you off while they're shoving their mouth full of food?
Go right to hell.
I've lost you.
Okay.
You're too smart.
So you got the two teal eyes, right?
Yes.
And you got the nose, and then you've got what you are saying is Matt saying no. It looks like a hand flipping you off, but shoving food in said face. So.
Oh yes.
So it's like the first one is Matt saying he can't. Someone's telling Matt he can't have it. He's saying no, and then the bigger face is Matt flipping people off while he's having what he's not supposed to have.
Oh, God. No!
You guys are dicks.
Man, fuck
I don't see it except for that, like, you got a fembot in this slot too, which a lot of people are excited for.
Of course.
But I think honestly, like looking at them all, like I like Overbite because I'm a big fan of shark formers. But Sea-Wing looks pretty good. Not Sea-Wang.
Sea-Wang. You love some Sea-Wang.
Shut your mouth.
I know you, Oscar.
Such a bully. Look,
Oscar's all about that Sea-Wang. Came from New Jersey.
I'm quitting Shattercast again. Oh goodness, I'm fucking good looking, man. My wife loves me. Dang. But yeah, I like this set, man. I really do. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it.
Wait, Sea-Wing? No, who's the shark?
Overbite.
Overbite looks like he's like trying to hold him back. In bot mode, it's like, hey, no, calm down, buddy, calm down. You see the image?
Which image?
Image.
Let's say because those are all.
They're all the same fucking numbers. The second one, where he's in bot mode, holding the gun, and you see the shark head hanging off his back, like a.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh no, calm down, man. You can't go to jail again. Slow down.
Can't afford bail money.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. Let me go.
Man. Thug life.
Let me go, shark head.
The image before it looks like some kind of strange fish battle cat.
Yes. What is that one? What's his name?
I forget his fucking name, man. They have different names in the Beast Wars series. Obviously. I'm going by what Guppy. I'm going by one. You guys are making me feel bad because I like this. Fuck you, man.
Hey, it's okay. Someone has to have the Matt roll here.
Man, fuck you guys, man. Fuck you, Robert.
I'm buying this.
Fuck Facebook.
Fine. Okay.
I hope an old person just coughs in your mouth.
Which is the one that turns into like the Japanese headdress?
That is fourth image now. I believe it's Nautikill, yeah.
Nautikill.
Tits McGee.
Or Tentakill. That's a girl, yes.
We're just going to call her Karen.
Karen. Very sassy. Very sassy.
Don't call her that. It's not her fucking name.
Hey, Robert, I need you to take that picture, and I need you to put Karen hair on it. Just post it on SCU this week.
Yeah, that's the problem. How do I do that?
Right
man.
Save.
A lot of right-clicking.
Screen.
Here you go. I got you covered.
Save image. Put it on the desktop. Email it to myself.
Here you go.
Pull it up on the phone with my ghetto-ass cut and paste app. I'm gonna call it Karen.
Look here. Review to this. Nope. Where did it go? There it is. Bam.
What? You sent it to me? Did you make my life easy?
I did.
Oh, so nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you can put Karen hair on her alt mode too. I feel like the alt mode looks like Karen's talking to the manager.
Exactly.
Go. You guys are dicks.
Oh, it's so bad. It's good. Oscar, I hope you like it. There's a lot of white plastic, Mac.
Yeah, that's the thing. You
I think Oscar just triggered for a second.
Literally trembling right now.
But her wig in Karen mode needs to be ginormous.
Yes.
Here we go. Okay. See, because you helped me, I'm done already.
Good. That's all it takes. A helping hand.
Save, motherfucker. I don't want to hear your damn ad. There you go, Justin.
Thank you.
What a dick.
It's your job to post this on Friday. So.
Okay, I can post it right now.
But you can do it right now. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
I'll forget.
All right. So what's next, Oscar? Unless you want to keep talking about this, because I know you're excited.
I'm excited, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
All right, do that.
Look, here's something Justin's gonna like. Cloptimus Prime.
Yeah, I saw this.
The fucking My Little Pony Transformers crossover. Hey, we talked about it. It's being done. And we're done. Okay,
Yep.
they are furry members in TFW.
Yep.
So then there's this thing, as he calls it. Greg's notes. So this is something actually my wife and I are probably going to assemble together.
Avengers?
No. It's the... it's like this Lego set Optimus Prime figure.
I'm calling them Negos because they're not Legos.
Ooh, can't say it with the F word. That'd be weird.
You like this thing, Oscar?
He called it this.
No, I think it's stupid. I don't like anything.
I mean, look at picture 13. It's like they took this little girl, possibly little boy. I don't know anymore because everybody looks like, you know.
Are you trying to say all Asians look alike?
No, not the Asian guy. The little girl.
She's Asian?
Or a little boy. I don't know if it's a little boy with long hair or if it's a girl. I have no clue.
She's Caucasian.
I think it's a girl. I'm going with a girl, but I'm not positive.
She
you know
looks
what?
Asian.
Picture 15 makes me think it might be a boy. I don't know what it is, but it's like, here, look at this toy and pretend you give a shit. And she's like, I don't.
You assumed her gender and her race.
I know. But you know what? I can't figure out what it is, and I'm not afraid to say that.
But that Prime looks animated.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Not at all.
It looks like Cyberverse Prime. It has a Cyberverse Prime face.
It looks like its head got smashed with 2 hammers.
Are we talking about the toy or the kid? There's way too many its.
Oh, I'm talking about Prime's head. Looks like it's been smashed with 2 hammers.
It transforms.
Yeah, into a pile of bricks. Just kidding. It transforms into a truck that only vaguely looks like a truck.
But we don't see the truck.
And this boy-girl really is enjoying themselves here. They're like, hold it right here so it doesn't fall apart on you. And pretend you care. Perfect. Oscar, I hope you like this one too, because it's obviously not my cup of tea. So
that is a grown-ass man putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. It's a kid. Now we're assuming it's age.
Picture 8. They're the guys like they're like, he's like, shit, his arm fell off. They're like, just hold it back together and pretend you care. He's like, okay.
Shut up.
What if that's the same person?
Ew,
but in this image, he took his wig off, and he's not being a freak.
I'm confused by your statements, Robert.
He's like, I like to be a little girl boy with long, light brown hair and no glasses. It's pretty big. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. If that's a Lego, that's pretty cool. I don't know.
I think the what was the other one?
I don't like it anymore.
Creo. The Creo one, I think, looked better.
Oh, come on.
It's dumb.
Creo's garbage. No?
Just as garbage as this, I'd say.
Speaking of garbage, they're now selling it in box sets. That's right. You too can own your own Studio Series Devastator box set.
Hooray, this Devastator. I can't even say it. I'm just massively hating on all things official today. But the first picture is like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Like, that's what that picture looks like it's saying.
That reminded me of like when Toy World revealed their Grimlock, and like Robert kept posting memes of the Grimlock with the hat on going, roar, I'm a piece of shit, roar.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they're releasing that, and I guess they're getting. I don't understand. I thought Rampage, the other foot, not I don't remember their names.
It's
I don't care.
233 pounds. Price.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit.
I'm an expensive piece of shit. Yeah.
Look at my jaw.
Look at my yellow hands, because I piss all over them.
Someone's going to make some balls for me.
I'm a piece of garbage. All right, and then we covered that shit. 3-0 Soundwave painted images and Jetwing Prime unpainted peak.
Painted.
That idiot that spent $1,000 on that could have bought fucking 3 of these.
And been like, yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, what? Wrong topic.
I'm not gonna lie. This Soundwave looks like absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's not really my thing either.
I'm not thrilled with the aesthetic. It's the aesthetic. It's the thick thighs, the giant head, the teeny hands. I'm just hoping that it's good. I'm hoping that it's good. I've got it pre-ordered. You know, because I love the Prime. I love the B. And I know in my experience, in-hand things can be different than the images. So I got my fingers crossed. You know, I hope they improve further. I don't know. But I've never liked the fat thighs. I don't. It looks like he's in a cosplay costume.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, I 100% agree with that. So I feel like a lot of times, like the Soundwave kind of it does look exactly like a cosplay costume. It's like it's made out of foam, but it has to fit like an actual person inside of it. You know?
Yeah.
It looks like a mech suit, like you said. I don't know. It's fine.
It looks like he's wearing a helmet rather than that being his. I mean, the story is it in the comics? You guys mentioned this, that like it is a helmet and underneath his head looks like Rumble or whatever.
No, I have no clue.
It's the face plate, I believe it was. The
but
face
this
plate
looks like
comes off, and he has a visor that's kind of like Rumble.
But I mean, this looks like he's got a fucking helmet on, like just over his whole head. Like I went to the toy store and I bought that Prime talking head helmet.
It does look like it. It looks like a shitty cosplay costume.
Looks like this guy plays for a football team somewhere.
In the Special Olympics?
Maybe.
Oh, Oscar!
Fucking what I get.
Oh, Oscar.
What?
Let's be sensitive here.
Oscar.
You've made a grave mistake.
Wearing
my Optimus Prime helmet right now.
I'll send you a video. I'll send you a photo. There's a selfie image.
All right, so we have questions. There are more Sencho questions posted below the following Bible that was typed out by the following shard. And then there's an MP collector question. Fuck it, who cares? Matt's dead, and Gator went straight to fucking hell.
My helmet looks better than the Soundwave hat.
Here you go, Robert. You can start training. You can read this first question. That is,
God, it's a Bible.
Crimson Raptor, of course, Crimson Raptor, who messaged me on Instagram and was like, "I heard you were looking for like a Piranacon set. I got some doubles. Here's some photos," and that was it.
How much? He was like 1,000 ship, bitch.
Never mind. Just found some fucking goober on eBay to buy them. No, but
All right, you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Oh God, I want a shot of some Applejack. 100 proof. 100 proof of Applejack. Thank you. What's his name? Piranacon? What's his name? What the fuck is this guy's name?
Crimson Raptor.
Crimson Raptor. Listen, first of all, I appreciate the fact that you are a listener and you went so far as to type all of this. And at the same time, I can't believe you fucking typed all this. I just saw my name while scrolling twice. Oh, you better be saying nice things about me because I'm reading Crimson Raptor Piranacon.
All right, read it.
Hey there, Shattered Cast Uncut crew. I do not believe I've sent in a question. Me neither, because we've never had to fucking read this much. Despite listening for over a year or so. No, please listen. Crimson Tiger Piranacon number 2.
5 listeners now.
Down to 5. We love you, Crimson Tiger Piranacon. That's your new name, Crimson Tiger Piranacon. But this is a lot to read. And I will read it, and I'm glad you wrote it. I'm glad you cared so much to type all this, and I'm glad that I'm agitating my fellow showmates by wasting even more time by talking to you rather than getting through it. So I'm going to start over to make it even worse. I do not believe I've sent in a question, despite listening for over a year or so, as I tend to leave more YouTube comments than anything else. That said, I just decided send to either email. I thought it might be since the descriptions haven't had them in a long time. Well, whatever you meant there, buddy.
No, that's probably my fault. I think I accidentally removed them from the description. That's fine.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
also, does anyone check the direct messages on Instagram? Just asking. Moving on. Before you move on, Matt died, and he was the Instagram guy, so don't DM on Instagram. You know, Bobby left, and he stole the account, and Matt died. So do not DM on Instagram. Anyway, without further ado, in reference to episode 331, Nice Slippers, Robert D says that the nerds will correct you. MPRC is supposed to have the low chest. However, this is not the case. Nearly everyone is and has been complaining that it is too low. Even the female Transformer fans are complaining about the fried eggs on a nail when she should be, for lack of a better word, perky. We are not alone, but riddle me this. How many times have we seen promotional photos and convention displays with mistransformed robot modes? For me, she is the best looking for both alt and robot mode than any third-party offering I've seen thus far. Robert inserts parenthetical right here, seen, not purchased. Although the Generations Takara Legends is the most accurate paint color and scheme to the movie. I say that to say this. I have been strongly considering getting MPRC, if only to have her next to Fans Toys Hoodlum / Hot Rod and my MP Ultra Magnus behind them. Let's scroll down because this was the first paragraph. Second one. For Unicron, I got 3 of them coming.
Oh my God.
Shit. And I cannot wait to review it on my YouTube channel and display it in my stop-motion animation studio. Shout out to you, buddy. Everybody check him out. 1 for robot mode, 1 for planet mode, and the 3rd for mint in box as a piece of Transformer history that he's going to scalp. Now, as Robert D. assumes sometimes of others, I am not justifying my purchase. Why are you hating on me, Piranacon? Jesus. But I am happy that I got the HasLab version. If I paid the crazy price that Zeta Unicron went for, $330 on pre-order, hold on. Wait a minute. Zeta's price is crazy? Wait, I'm confused. Zeta's price of $330 is crazy. This dude dropped $1,800. Okay, back to it. Then I get it in, and it is smaller than Siege Omega Supreme. They then have a mismatched planet mode, and his little craters being symmetrical instead of asymmetrical? I mean, seriously, you're right. Asymmetrical craters are key to One-Eyed Willie. Hell no! Zeta won only on how the backside looks for the Dinobots to kick butt, but I still say, as I said way back when, that those quote-unquote Pringles and backplates can be removed without much effort.
We don't know that.
But should you make that effort, especially if you're using a pin punch? Anyway, that was mine, not his. Anyway,
and that was also my statement. We don't actually know that it's easy to remove this. So
right. You remove them, and then all you got is an action figure, buddy, because nothing else transforms but the Pringles. The fuck did you spend $600 for? Anyway, I'd rather have the largest official Transformer figure to be either Metroplex or Unicron, as they should be. Psst. I highly doubt we'll ever see the Fans Toys Castle Erectus / Fortress Maximus due to the overwhelming cost it will take to make / ship, and will not be under the $1,000 they wanted to promise, despite having their own factory nowadays, because God knows, Fans Toys is more expensive than Takara, right? However, if Fans Toys made a G1 cartoon Metroplex, then I am all in. and will promote the crap out of it until it gets made. I just don't think the demand is there for Fort Max, but it's a simple enough transformation scheme to make at that size for fans' toys. They'll still make it a headache, don't worry.
Where's the question?
Chapter 3. Also, I'm telling you guys, you just crack a Diet Coke or a Pepsi if you're a human, civilized one. Also, the accusation of shiftiness with the HasLab crowdfunded is baseless.
Even though it almost failed. It failed once and almost failed a second time, and then it somehow magically had thousands of unaccounted for things. Totally baseless.
It's not baseless. It's based on circumstantial evidence, which is not baseless. So immediately your statement is baseless. We need to have some kind of inside information to give credit to any wrongdoing. Sorry, buddy. Listen, there's an old saying, when there's smoke, there's fire. Okay? Anyway, and if that had occurred, it would have leaked long before now. Now, I love this. I feel like I'm having a conversation with this guy. I love it. Now, Robert's theory of retailers having their orders in but not applied sounds okay, but that is still not wrongdoing because they were counting funders as actual HasLab members and not retailers that pre-orders or surplus orders for their own stock or possible consumer replacements. See, put a stop here. The problem is it was supposed to only fucking be a limited HasLab release. They're charging $600 plus for it.
The other problem is the fucking thing failed the first time. So to say that all your retailers had thousands and thousands of pre-orders that they didn't put in, like, that's bullshit. Because, like, if you are any company, you know, that's doing these pre-orders, you're not going to be like, well, they're going to go ahead and extend it now. Like, that's not going to happen. If the deadline to put in your order was April 30th, they're not going to be like on April 30th, like, well, we'll just see if it gets extended to May. You know, like, not the case. So
this is inherently dishonest, Piranacon. You need to understand this. The fact is, if they're selling it to you, the consumer, direct, with their fucking hand out, okay? Like a fucking beggar asking you to give your hard-earned $600 pledge to them. Give them the money and they'll make it for you, the fan. They shouldn't be selling it to retailers. You're wrong. That's the problem. They charged you limited release price, but they mass released it at the same time and didn't tell you. You got scammed.
Well, so to counterpoint that, Robert, to some extent, I agree with what you're saying. But, like, on the other hand, like, I can see retailers buying 30 slots of whatever the quote-unquote, you know, limited releases so they could charge their own premium on it. Like it happens with BotCon boxes and things like that. Like, that's always been a thing. So I don't necessarily agree with that opinion, but I just think that having quote-unquote thousands and thousands of pre-orders,
let me ask you this,
in there unaccounted for at the time it failed the first time, you know.
Let me ask you this. Were you limited in the number that you could purchase? Because I don't recall.
No, I don't think so.
I could have bought 100?
Yep, think so.
Well, then they should have taken up the slots. And then we come back to the where there's smoke, there's fire. The very fact that it jumped by thousands at the 11th hour.
When it looked like it was going to fail the second time, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is, like, if there were so many things, because, like, I can see the allure of the BBTS route, right? Like, I put a down payment on it. I had the option to make payments on it, you know, and it's, you know, it's more expensive, but it's a layaway plan of sorts, you know? Or not a layaway plan, I guess a financing plan is a better way to call it. And I understand that. I totally understand and get behind it, but those orders would have come in the first time it failed, you know?
What do you call it when you have a limited release, 8,000 slots? Retailers jump in by at least half of them. So a few weeks in, they're actually maxed out. That's scalping by the retailers. You know? I mean, they should not have breached the 8,000. It was over 12,000. And that's where they wronged you. That's your smoke. That's your fire right there. There's no reason for that. There's no way in hell fucking, 4,000 more people jumped in the last 12 hours. No way. All right. Anyway, let's move along because we have like 12 chapters to read. Let me go back. Now, Robert's theory of retailers having their orders in but not applied sounds okay, but that is still not wrongdoing because they were counting funders as actual HasLab members and not retailers. They had a limited number, dude. Don't tell me to pay $600 because we're only making 8,000 of this thing. Don't do that when you actually will make as many as people will buy. That pre-orders or surplus orders for their own stock or possible consumer replacements. Remember that Zeta garnered attention away at the wrong time. Zeta stepped on their own dick and showed their hand far too early. I agree. We're starting to hear these revisionist history theories more often of what happened. However, people forget about the Siege Omega Supreme was supposed to be out in August, then got pushed to October. What's that have to do with anything? And MP44, that massive $450 import price tag and $360-ish for Amazon Japan, if you were intelligent in your purchasing decisions, was also coming out. Most of the people, including some of yourselves and myself, are collectors that wanted all three. I don't know about that. I didn't want the Siege Omega Supreme, and I only wanted the cheaper version of the Prime. Many, not most, have non-refundable deposits and didn't or couldn't back out of those. I think Bubby Scolface, it's French, or Justin mentioned it at the time. The price of Unicron and MP44 was either rent or bad credit car payment and was a big payment to make at that time. It was not something that was an easy decision to make a snap judgment to buy. The first go-around, it was going to fund. The numbers showed as well as the community furor. Is that true? Because they had to go like 3 rounds.
Yeah, it did.
If it was going to fund, it would have funded. Even for myself to wait as long as I did to fund it just 2 days before the first deadline, then seeing it get extended 3 days before, I felt relief, but sadness as it got extended because I got scared that people would think they would extend it more. That steam got let out when HasLab extended it because of the massive social media posts at the time of other people wanting it but needing more time for the funds. Now you are assuming that's why it was extended. Mm-hmm. You, sir, Mr. Piranacon.
You have taken some little piece of whatever you want to see and making it fit your argument. And
yep,
it's not true.
Remember still, this was kept secret for 2 years. 2 years. So if they could keep see, there you go again. Your own logic against you. If they could keep this secret for 2 years, they could keep other shit secret for 2 years.
Let's also keep in mind that at the point they revealed it, like this isn't just prototype. There was an actual fucking physical thing. So there is a whole, like you said, where there's smoke, there's fire. Like there's a whole reason behind like, well, it's too late now to cancel this. This thing needs to go through.
But I mean,
it needs to happen.
And it was gonna. They wouldn't have extended it. Remember, look at Cookie Monster. They're like, oh, well, no one wants it. We're not doing it.
Exactly. I mean, this thing was nowhere close to its funding goal when they extended it.
Right. Why would they extend it unless they had already met their goal? And they figured, fuck it, might as well try to get more.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously shortchanged ourselves on the demand. Well, we haven't released the retail buyout, purchases, so let's just keep it going. There was no promotion, and it caught everyone off guard except for the 12 people that were creating it. They have never had this kind of great secrecy before. See? You are defeating your own argument there, and rightfully so, on such an unprecedented figure. The non-disclosure agreement had to have had some kind of cash bonus attached to it. Yes, it's called getting fired and sued. Whether or not there is a huge aftermarket bump, there won't be, which I know there will be, there won't be. As the HasLab barge shows, that is just a display piece and somewhat iconic ship. It is not a fully transforming figure, and certainly not the destroyer of worlds, the Chaos Bringer himself, the Void Incarnate, Unicron.
You know what, though?
Plus,
The barge is a whole hell of a lot closer to looking to what it did in the movie versus Unicron here, because Unicron did not have the Pringles all over him.
Listen, calling them Pringles is an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Half of this fucking planet mode is on his back.
He's pretty much rocking a whole bunch of taco shells all over him. So he's bigger than a Pringle.
If you turn him to the side, half of his mass extends behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, what really matters is we beat the pants off the Star Wars fans at their own game. Haha, thank you for your time. Crimson Raptors on YouTube. Check him out. Crimson Raptors, check him out on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Sounds like a good guy. I love his engagement. I really do, and I appreciate his opinion. Keep him coming, Crimson Raptor, or as we call you now, Piranacon.
Also, I would like to say, who gives so.
Oh, he said who gives a shit.
I basically, and no offense to Crimson Raptor, I don't I've engaged with him very, very, very briefly. I know nothing about you, anything like that, but half of your reaction comes off to me as typical Transformers fan. Someone has anything negative to say, we'll just go ahead and come up with reasons why that's wrong, and to give a shit about beating the pants off of Star Wars. Star Wars is probably half the reason that Hasbro's still in business at this point.
I don't want to beat Star Wars. I want Star Wars to do well. Why do you think this is a finite universe of success and joy?
Yeah.
It's not.
Exactly. And honestly, if I was Hasbro, I'd be shitting my pants that I lose Marvel's license, I lose Star Wars license, because Disney owns all that shit, and Disney doesn't need Hasbro. I'm sure they don't need Hasbro to produce their toys. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the this is about beating the pants off of Star Wars.
I'm sorry.
Weird statement to make.
If you ask me, Star Wars collectors won out over us, because Star Wars collectors were giving an opportunity to support, crowdfund, whatever you want to call it, a project. They were told, this is as many units as we're making. This is the deadline. If it goes over before the deadline, we're good. But once the deadline's over, we're done. And they made good on that. So whoever spent the kind of money they had to spend to get that barge, they have something very rare.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't extended. It wasn't extended. There's aftermarket value there. If somebody else wants it, the person who paid the money ahead of time will make a profit if they choose to sell. And they deserve to, because they'll be letting go of something rare. What happened with Unicron is it is no longer rare. It's not. It's, what is it? I mean, what's the difference there? It's 30%? Was it? It was 8,000. Now it's over 12,000, possibly 14,000 if I recall the numbers. It's at least 30 to 40% more were made than you believed were going to be made. The deadline was extended so much, the market is almost flooded with these guys. So unless most people clutch this Unicron because it's official and because the alt mode looks so good and they can't let it go, unless 12,000 plus people won't let it go, this thing will not be rare. And you will not be able to get rid of it or sell it, Yeah,
and I think that this thing is always going to have a premium, because it is a official Unicron, quote unquote, biggest Transformer, all that stuff. But I don't know. I could not follow half the stuff that was going on in this thesis that was given to us. I'm sorry, I don't understand the argument going on with Zeta.
Well, his logic is flawed there, right? I mean, it's how could they have hidden the fact that they had the retailers, making the numbers for them, from so many people. Meanwhile, they hid it for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
And behind non-disclosure agreements, et cetera, there's plenty of opportunity to not disclose things. So I don't know. And I still stick by what I'm saying. It feels shady. I'm not saying they did something wrong, but something smells not right. So
saying something is a foul in the state of Hasbro.
Yeah.
The collector put his finger in.
Yeah, and they're like, well, so you're telling me that when this thing basically failed the first time, like it massively failed the first month, like it was very far off. I think it was, I want to say 4,000 people,
it was like 4,000,
shy
like
of even meeting its goal.
Yeah.
And then like, then it's like, we get to this part and it just fucking smashes the goal after it's been extended however many times. Even though the second time it was looking like it's going to fail too.
The second time it went up to like 6 and change.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the natural spike of people going, oh my God, I can get it now.
Yeah.
And then right before it was like, I was refreshing the page.
Yep.
Because I was amazed at how many hundreds
that
it was jumping
last day
every refresh.
was unreal. It was unreal.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. That's bullshit. That doesn't happen. Unless everyone got their fucking tax refund at the same time and was clicking it, at the hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people could log on and listen. I've tried to pre-order a Flames Toys product the second it hits. It takes hours. Don't tell me thousands could all of a sudden go in and execute a purchase in a matter of hours. That
Without
does
the website
not
crashing,
happen.
their servers suffering.
Yeah, it does not happen. Right there is your fucking evidence. It's circumstantial, but it still counts. Well, we're not done, Justin. Oscar, there's a PS. There's an epilogue. There's an epilogue, Oscar. Okay. Crimson Raptors, check them out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, says, I wish I had gotten Mucky Toys Utopia / Metroplex 2. That I have FOMO. And he told us what that means, fear of missing out. Thank you, Crimson Raptors. A buddy of mine has it next to Titans Returns Triptychon, and they look fantastic together. Keep up the great work, guys.
I actually would imagine that he would look pretty good next to Triptychon because Triptychon's so small compared to Metroplex, the Generations Metroplex. So I would believe that.
Size, yes. Aesthetic, no.
Oh, yeah. No. I agree with that, yeah.
Utopia. I can't get rid of this guy. He's not the biggest big bot, but he's one of the prettiest. PSS. And I believe it's PPS, Crimson Raptors. Check them out on YouTube, Instagram.
I am never sure about that too because I think it's
post-script, not post-script.
Yeah, but then there's other things that do say PSS, and I never understood that. So I am not one to say whether that is correct or wrong. So
Crimson Raptors, Piranha-Con, you done fucked up. Anyway, I miss Matt and Bobby too, guys. We all do. You guys need a Hasbro champion of sorts for that point of view.
Wait, Bobby was a Hasbro champion?
Yeah, when?
Well, he is. I think Crimson Raptors, Sharkticon, Piranha-Con 5105 is vying for the gig. Oscar gets too many things incorrect when talking about Siege and ErfRice. LOL.
Okay. So also to go back to the people checking their PMs, Crimson Raptor. I know what you're looking for. You've PM'd me about it. I've kind of given you all the information I can give you. Yeah. So you need people to kind of, if you came to us, said you had a podcast and stuff, and wanted to be part of Cool Table Network, and that's awesome and all, but like we're just one little piece of it. So
we're not in it anymore.
Yeah. We don't have some amazing like super active chat with all those people, so you just gotta get people to champion it for you if that's what you really want to do. And I don't know, I can't help you there more than we already have.
There actually is a super active chat for the Cool Table Network.
Is there? I don't get any of the messages. I don't see it. I must not be invited. So there we go. See, I'm not even privy to what's going on in the Cool Table Network, so I definitely can't help you. Sorry.
And I would like to know Crimson Raptor, Siacon, Piranha-Con, Lio Convoy Extreme. What is it I get too many things incorrect about when talking about Sage and ErfRice? I mean, what am I getting wrong besides... I'm pretty sure you just the type of guy that looks through the media and sees all the lies.
He's a libtard.
I actually am not really sure either. I felt. I mean, like, I'd like to see exactly what is wrong.
I want to hear more from him. I want to hear more from Crimson Raptors, Libtard, ErfRice, 5102, Piranacon. I want to hear more from him.
Yeah, and like like, look, I don't want anybody on this show to dislike any one person here, but like, it's kind of an obnoxious response, right? Like, am I the only one who felt that way? That like, like we're gonna talk about anything that we disagree with, and we're gonna kind of support it with our own baseless facts and be like, I don't know, it just doesn't really sound like you really like SCU, So maybe
I think he likes this. No, I think he's vying for the Matt gig. Yeah. I think Piranacon, Crimson Raptors, 5102, ErfRice, Shattered Cast wants to be on the gig.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm sorry, we're not hiring, so.
With Savage Justin strikes again.
With inflation, with a $450 deposit, you might just get that gig, or not.
Maybe.
Anyway, dear SCU crew, we got it, guys. We got it. MP Collector gave us 2 questions.
That's my boy.
What makes my year is when I see him at TFCon, and I just see him, and I give him a long, slow hug to the point where he gets uncomfortable. But I do it every time. Dear SCU crew, Justin said I was on the hook for 2 questions this week. One for the SCU
Collector.
One for the SCU guys, and one for Mr. Barbosa. So, you ready, Oscar?
Well, this one is for us first.
I know, but I'm telling him to get it ready because I don't think he has the acoustic guitar out of the case. He has to get the acoustic guitar out of a case. He has to put on an eye patch and a hat. He has to drink like 3 Dos Equis. He has to probably rub one out real quick. So I'll try to keep this one short and to the point.
Sancho does not need to rub one out.
Collector.
Sancho is getting one rubbed out while he's making his answer. So.
He's like, oh yes, short and to the point, because fucking Piranacon 5506 just ear fucked me for 2 years.
Tell me your question, my friend.
Wait, hold on, Sancho. Wait, hold on. It's one for the... Put it in your pants. It's one for the crew first. In this week's edition of Getting to Know the SCU crew, I thought it would be interesting to hear each of you describe your perfect milkshake. He means the beverage. Flavor. He's flavor, thickness, whipped cream, size, cherry on top, etc. I could go on forever, but I think you get the point. You have one last milkshake to look forward to in life. Describe it for me. Justin?
Mine is pretty simple. It goes by the name of, goddamn, what do they call it now? Hold on, I gotta think about it. Oh, the Shamrock Shake at McDonald's. Goddamn, love that thing. I love mint stuff, so it's right up my alley. I do not need cherries and whipped cream, just a good thick milkshake. So. Yeah.
Oscar?
I don't know, man. The last time I had a milkshake, I was high as fuck. I mean, I smoked some good weed that day. So, I don't know. I think it was a chocolate milkshake, and I was dating this chick named Rachel, and like we split the cherry, and I blessed her back seat. So,
milkshake for you.
Skirt.
Milkshake right back at you, bitch. Good.
Cream pie. So yeah.
Me, I like a nice, just good old fashioned vanilla milkshake, just like the vanilla bean ice cream in there, and I would like. I don't think I want whipped cream. It's too complicated. You're fucking with my vibes. I don't want whipped cream on top, but I would like a couple of maraschino cherries. not for me, but because Azalea wants the cherries all the time, and if I give her one, she wants another one, so it's probably 3 maraschino cherries. I've tipped many a bartender extra so that I could get as many cherries as I want with my cocktails so that Azalea could devour them. But it's just a nice, classic vanilla bean milkshake. Thick, like a tall one, like a pint size. You know, like you get at the soda fountain, old school, you know? That's what I want, just simple. All right, he said MP Collector, but he didn't give us a fucking Sencho question. He said he was gonna.
Did he not?
No, he did not.
Goddamn shit.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Scroll down a little more. There's...
Okay, let's jump.
Yes.
Dear Sencho. Are you ready? Wait, is there another one for the guys?
Here we go.
Hold on.
Sencho's hot tub starting now.
Okay, ready? Dear Sencho. Sencho's hot tub.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to Sencho's Hot Tub with me, Sencho Barbosa. And today, I have a question from a listener named Masapiece Collector. Dígamelo, papi. ¿Qué tú quieres saber? Dígamelo.
Okay, we're going to skip down then. Dear Sancho, when you are swimming in the great blue sea and you come across a wandering lady shark, how do you tell if she is interested in Mr. Barbosa?
That is easy, my friend. First, I don't swim in the sea. I swim in the sea of stars in the sky and space. She is my one true love, my mistress. My agua temblar cada tiempo cuando no tengo ganas de sufrirme yo mismo. But if I see a female shark, first thing I ask her is Maria, because they're always named Maria. And they got big hoop rings on and everything, and then they have attitude when you talk to them, and you gotta be like, hey, puta, don't talk to me like that. Tú no me conoces a mí. And then she's all like, déjame tranquilo, cabrón. I'm like, girl, you do not want to play this game. And then I merely tell her, tú y yo, sangría y mi cama. And next thing you know, I wake up the next morning and I tell her, Maria, just leave.
Want me an Uber?
Sencho's done. No, if I call her an Uber, it means I like to see her again. Sometimes it's better just a one-time hitting queen.
Call her a lift.
Oh, God. All right. Here we go, another one. From Quinturion. Hi, Quinturion. I like your name. Hard to pronounce. Q. Dear Sancho, I proudly collect Transformers too. Why do I get disappointed faces from the women I like?
Hi, Quinturion. Sancho has heard that question so many times in Sancho's life. Sancho says, why? How long are you waiting to tell them that you collect the Transformers? Transformers is life. When Sancho would bring a woman home, and I would tell her, mira, Gloria, no me remoleste la vida tanto. When you walk in this room, you will get to know me, and you and me will be one forever tonight. And the things you see are nothing more than a fine example of responsibility with money, dinero, as well as time, my tiempo. Because in the end, I may collect toys, but the last guy you dated was a fucking heroin head. And then they just fall in love.
All right, let's ask one from the show, because as soon as we put the call out, people ask. Oh, boy. Jesus Christ, we got flooded. We're going to have to fucking backlog the Sancho questions.
That's okay. Sencho's hot tub needs to be a thing. So,
we're recording. My question was, we're recording right now. We need questions for Sancho about life and or love or lunch meat. So from Anthony K, Sancho, how do you choose when your heart is torn between two people? Also, what is your favorite cold cut?
All right. When I am torn between two lovers, Sancho sometimes sits there and plots out the pros and cons. For example, Maria is fucking crazy, but Gloria is very reserved. But Maria is fucking crazy. Gloria has an 850 FICO score, so I could easily finance another sheep for Sancho and no problem at all. It's all about getting it together. In other words, my favorite fucking favorite cold cut. My favorite cold cut is salami. Hard salami.
Salchichon.
Pieces. No, salchichon is something different. You gotta get a chicharrón to get it in there. That's fried pig skin. It's delicious and healthy. There's like no sugar. It doesn't fuck with diabetes. So, but you get some salami and you cut it nice and paper thin and you get like half pound. It's like, oh, I bought like 2 pounds, but you can make like a sandwich with a half pound. It's delicious.
All right. I think that we're going to call it.
I think that's a good time to call it.
We got a lot of questions. We're going to call it at the Salami. That's the show. Call it at the Salami.
I got that. That sounds good.
We gotta look at the questions on the Facebook page. We get flooded with support. It's great. I love it. All
right. Well, on that note, Oscar, take us out.
So as always, you can check us out on Shatteredcast on Facebook.com/ShatteredCast, and always check out our friends over at Toy Detox, who they had a pretty interesting episode. And hearing, no, it was, I think it was up 2 weeks ago, according to YouTube. But they're good guys, man. Especially Spiro's on there, Mickey Brave. I love Mickey Brave. I haven't spoken to him in a hot minute. And there's other individuals on there. Whether they got like 12 cast members, it's fucking crazy. I love it. But they talk about some interesting topics. So yeah, be sure to check them out. And be sure to check out T2RX6 on his YouTube channel. That's T as in Tango, the number 2, R as in Romeo, X as in Xavier,
X-rated,
and then the number 6, T2RX6.
Thank you.
So be sure to check out his stuff so he could do more reviews, or I'd say check out the Nerd Table, but we're not part of the Cool Table anymore. So apparently, I guess they're done with us.
We are. We're a part of it. We just don't do anything about it.
So yeah.
Some of us are part of the Cool Table.
And also because these guys have been giving me a lot of love in their group, Stasis Lock. Be sure to check them out also.
The Gentleman's Podcast.
That is a gentleman's podcast there, except for the guy who's really fiercely against knockoffs. I think it's Mike Tennell.
They all are. I love it. They hate him.
No, I mean, this guy fucking hates third party too. It was fucking beautiful listening to an episode. He's like, man, fuck Fred's projects. Fucking Titans Returns came out and fucking destroyed them. Oh my gosh. It sounds like an angry Winnie the Pooh. So, as always, for the sake of Primus, please collect responsibly. And if you don't, for the love of God, please just
shut the fuck up, Tigatron.
Carol fucking Baskin.
All right, I gotta.